Hello, it's Andy Graham of hoboontheroad.com. I'm in Orland, Indiana. I'm a world traveler. I've gone to 90 countries and traveled nonstop for 16 years. I'm going to leave this week for Europe. I answer questions. Bree H. asked a question. What kind of camera do you use in your travel, and how do you keep it steady? I actually have I have 3 of these cameras right now because I buy them on Amazon.com. Let me show it to you. It's a Canon PowerShot SX10IS, I think. This is a 20x zoom camera, and last time I tried to do this, it was you got to zoom here. See if I can get it to zoom. I must have shut it off. Okay, as you can see, it really zooms out. But how do I keep it steady? This is a Canon, and what I do is I buy these on, I've bought 4 of these, I think, in my life, and what I do is I get on Amazon.com and I search for Canon. Usually I try 20x zoom, and it just brings these up. And the cameras are I don't know, $400 or $500 a piece, brand new. And then underneath the thing you can see used ones they sell. And I go to the used ones, then I make sure that there's like 4 or 5 stars, and they've had a lot of reviews, because some of these guys will, you got to be a little bit careful. And these things cost around $125 used. Sometimes they'll say refurbished, they'll say something. I look at it as I can buy 4 of these cameras for 4 or 5 of these cameras for the price of one, and if one breaks, it'll stop. I had one stop working, and then it started working because I got some salt water on it, and I just bought another one. I now have 3 of them. Okay, so but I wanted 2 of these cameras so that I could take pictures. How I keep it steady is I do this by making tripods out of plastic. I bought a tripod last time at Myers, and the thing broke because it was so light duty. I actually took it, I thought it was really cool, but the expansion thing made the legs break, and it almost broke my camera because it fell over. I now, if I'm going to jump, if I ever make a jump to a different tripod, I'll actually make a jump to about a $400 or $500 one that will actually be able. See, this one will tilt and go any way I want to because I've got it. I got these little legs inside it. Let me see if I can pull these out. Oh yeah. See, these go down inside there. I actually took the little round balls off the end of them, and then this one's a little bit of a trouble because but it goes down inside, and I can bend it down like that, and I can focus it and bend it any way I want to. What it won't do, what a really expensive tripod would do, and even if you're getting a real cheap one, it doesn't do much better than this. A really cheap, good tripod would be able to make it so you could pan from left to right and stay steady. So the thing's going to have to be extremely heavy, and then you're going to be able to go up and down and things like that. And I think these tripods should weigh about 50 pounds or something. So anything that weighs less than 50 pounds in my mind isn't anything better than this. This thing cost me about $3 to make, right? And it holds it steady. The secret to making videos is to not move your camera very fast. When people do this real quick, you can tell they haven't got any experience. But you always are taking. I do 5-minute sets on things, so I always have time to focus. Stop. Then I move slow, really slow, and then I stop. See, I'm in the Orland Fish Hatchery. This is I'm in a small town of 400 people. This is one of the. I guess I drained this one for a while. There's a park over here, but this is where we used to go camping out here. But I just set this up like this. And Bree, this is really simple. You just can actually have the people in the lumber yard cut the pieces. Then you got to drill some holes to put this string through. Can you see how I put that string through? And I've made 3 or 4 videos on how to do this. Every time I make one, I make a new video. So that if you go into my Hobo Traveler, you know, videos on YouTube, you could actually do when you look at the channel, you can do a search. It's really confusing because they want you to get off there and go someplace else, and so they can make more money. But they don't really want you staying on one channel, so it's really difficult. But you can search, and if you just search for tripod, you'd find me making one of these things many different times. I've done them many different ways. But that's how I keep it steady. And when I have this thing in my hand, I guess I do a selfie, and if you get really good, you can see that you can hold it real steady and move around like this. I probably should make another video of me doing that. Maybe I'll do that. I'll turn that on and show you how I hold it in my arm. Okay, I'm not looking at the I'm not looking at the thing. The thing's actually at my chest, and I'm walking, and you can see I'm relatively level, but I'm moving pretty fast right now, but I don't want to make this video for hours. Okay, I'll bring the transition from holding it to bringing up to my face is where I have a lot of shaking, right? So now I'm doing what they call a selfie, I think. I just learned this term. I've been doing it for years because I just do it for years, right? Okay, if you want to know tricks and things on how to make, you know, things on photography, I'm really pretty good at making photography. I'm just not into it, okay? I'm not a guy that just loves doing this. I don't want to do editing, and I don't want to do any of this kind of stuff. I know how to do it all, I just don't do it, okay? Because the actual reason is I don't make enough money from these videos, Steve, and I probably make $3 a video in my whole lifetime, unless it's, I mean, each video may make $3, $5, that's it. And it's really a very competitive thing. And so a lot of these guys that are spending, you know, 10 hours working on a video, they really, their chances of recouping it are about 0. It's more about the topic you choose, okay, and not the thing. Like right now, I'm going to go to Europe, and I'll make a lot more money off my videos, and I'll get a lot more subscribers because I'm going to a place where Americans are dreaming about. See how I keep my thing in there, but I just turned around? So, talking about nature, you make more videos too. You make more money too. But you got to have a topic. That's what the thing is that a topic that, like if I would talk about Paris hotels or New York City hotels and show pictures of some famous hotel, I'd make the most amount of money possible because the advertisers are paying a lot of money to get you to come to a 5-star hotel. Well, what I'm showing you most of the time is cultural videos, and I don't make much money. Okay, so cultural videos are more entertaining and funner, more fun, but I have no way to really monetize them. So I guess I'm doing a lot of people a favor. But I'll make more money off this because it's actually teaching, because people buy cameras, so they can, the camera advertisers will hook onto this video, and I'll make more money. So if I put, my title can be Canon, how do I keep my Canon camera steady? And that Canon camera, the advertisers will key in on the Canon camera part and advertise on my videos. But only in the USA most part, because that's where they're going to sell them. Okay, having fun. Andy Graham, thank you, Bree. Okay, it's a pretty cloudy day, so I can do this without blinding myself. I hold this thing in my arm, and I could do this and hold it. Once you get good at holding the camera, what you got to be able to do with the camera is be able to point it just like a gun. Like you're pointing a gun, you don't need to be able, you shouldn't need to, how would I say, you shouldn't need to have to be looking at the screen to be pointing it at the thing relatively accurate. So I can actually do this and then hold it and be talking to you or reading my thing and still have it always focused on my face, because I've done it so many times. You can practice this. You can basically just practice holding the camera. When I'm walking through a market, like in Africa, what I do is I just put this thing like this, and I walk in front of me holding the camera. You don't want to walk through some market like this, because what happens is that people will start screaming at you. They really don't know your camera's on if you just do a walk through like this. So you just walk through holding it. If you get really good at that, you can make some really good action videos. But again, you got to stall and be able to point down at the item in the market, hold it for 5 seconds, bring it back up, and do it level. Now obviously there's some tricks to this, right? So I'll try to do a video again showing you how I'm walking. I'll shut this off.